Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Griffith from the Coolidge Examiner. For today's backstory, I'm going to be bringing you a closer look at the monumental decision made by the Arizona Corporation Commission this week. Environmental activists and Randolph residents alike walked away victorious after the ACC voted 4-1 to stop the expansion of Salt River Project's natural gas plant, located just outside the small town of Randolph. As you get more of a sense of the history of Randolph from Melvin Moore's speech later on in the meeting, Randolph has long existed as an unincorporated town just outside of Coolidge that has historically had no representation in other decisions, much like the SRP one. Moore was only one of 5 residents permitted to speak that day, as he was one of the interveners represented by attorney Diane Post. Due to lack of notice of public comment on the agenda item, only those represented were permitted to speak. However, this did not stop the commission from doing what they could to amend this in the meeting. Chairwoman Leah Marquez Peterson initially noticed the agenda for no comment, not through any bias, she explained, but because she believed they had already received over the usual amount of comment on the item and that the commission was ready to vote that day. But Commissioner Kennedy was a bit more skeptical about the notice for no comment and made one last push to hold the item for a special meeting in order to allow comment. It was clear SRP was unhappy with the Commission's desire to reschedule the meeting, as they expressed once more an urgent need for a decision due to new evidence. However, they were not allowed to present this as they had already filed for the day. Attempts were made to appeal to both parties by the Commission before they moved to deny the project, with 3 amendments. The first 2 would provide more transparency on emissions to the residents with air monitors and updates. The third was the most controversial, which offered the opportunity for residents to sell their homes to SRP in order to relocate, which the company quickly rejected as they worried about the precedent this would set with other corporations looking to apply. And residents as well were against this, as they felt it was another push to kick them out of the town. Eventually, the Commission came to recognize public opposition and environmental impacts far outweighed the benefits of the expansion and denied the application. Once the decision was made, the energy in the room was undeniable. Residents were hugging each other, some were tearing up, and Sierra Club chapter director Sandy Barr said that this decision by the Commission sets a precedent for other energy companies seeking to apply in small towns to fully consider the implications of emissions on the residents, as well as look in closer to sustainable energy options such as solar. Commissioner Olson, the single vote in favor of the expansion, shared his concern that the Commission was stepping out of their boundaries by making this decision, which would affect energy supply for the valley and potentially lead to rolling blackouts like those faced in California when they began denying fossil fuel projects. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a longer video, but it was an incredibly action-packed meeting and I wanted to make sure I covered all of it. While I still have you here, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Pinal Central for more photos, videos, and news updates.